Okay, so let's see if we can figure something out here, you know?
It would be silly to rip them off.
Kinda
An
would.
advertising column with a few commercial posters. Not very interesting. Apart from one advertisement I noticed right away. Retired gendarme looking for a vacancy as an assistant policeman. Assistant policeman. That's typical of under the main part of the advertisement.
Yeah, okay. See what's going on over here.
It says that Montfaucon is collecting donations for the Third World next Saturday. The priest invites the congregation to come and listen to the choir sing. That's it! Why didn't I remember the priest sooner? He knew about the Templars when I first came to Paris. Maybe he can help.
Maybe.
It says that Montfaucon, the priest...
Yeah.
Pardon me? Excuse me. Can you hear me? Excuse me. Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Huh.
That's not a good idea.
They don't seem to want to talk. Fine. Be that way, jerks. I'll just move on here. So let's head on in here. See if we can find something out. There's the priest just hanging out. Come on, Georgie boy. Let's see what we got going on here. Maybe we can figure something out. Maybe the priest can tell us something at least. You know what I mean?
Pardon me.
Yes, what can I do for you?
Do you remember me?
Oh, you're the man whose chalice I cleaned.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
No, it's alright. I enjoyed doing it.
Really? That's a relief. This church is just as splendid as I remember.
Yes, it is. And that is thanks to the people of the parish, who have given large donations, not only to support the poor souls in the Third World, but also for the restoration of this church. Are you coming to this service next Saturday?
I can't promise anything, but I'll try to be there.
I'd be so grateful.
Can you tell me what the idol of Baphomet used to be called?
Baphomet?
No, I mean in French.
Oh well, let me think. I can't remember, but I remember seeing the name somewhere here in this church.
Okay, I'll take a look around. Thanks anyway.
Oh, you are very welcome.
Have you seen Nicole Collard lately? She's my girlfriend. Black hair, smartly dressed. I'm looking for her.
Every day scores of people enter these walls. I find it hard to remember all their names and faces. But I am sure you will find her. God will be with you.
Well. We gotta find out what this thing is called then. Maybe we can figure something out. Anything on the windows?
As I take a closer look, I see it. The writing Baphomet below the illustration of Jesus can easily be made out. But there's something written underneath it, much smaller. No, it's pointless. I can't read it.
Aw.
No, it's...
Well, maybe we can get a magnifying glass. Or something. Dun dun dun. dun 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 dun. Where did you people come from? Just like teleported here or what? Magnifying glass, there you go.
A magnifying glass. It probably belongs to one of the tourists.
Maybe we can borrow it.
A magnifying glass. It probably belongs to one of the tourists.
Yeah, well.
This would make sense if there was... It's strange, but in 7 years, I have never seen this fountain sprinkling water. I wonder why it's not working this time.
No. Cafe. Just take a load off, shall we?
What can I do for you, monsieur?
I'd like a piece of cake.
Oh, excusez-moi. Our patisserie couldn't deliver any cakes this week.
Aww.
Do you have ice cream?
No, I'm sorry, but we do not have any ice cream. But we do have quite cheap ice lollies.
Okay.
Lollies.
I'll have a coffee. Black coffee, please.
Anything else?
I was just starting to wonder if they had anything here. Although I hate coffee, as you all know, but I guess George likes it, so more power to you, Georgie.
Here we are, sir. A black coffee.
I'd like to pay, please.
That is 16 euros 80.
What? That's a ripoff. Okay. I don't have a choice, do I?
I suppose not. So can we just take the magnifying glass now, or what's the deal here? They're gone.
A magnifying glass. It probably belongs to one of the tourists. I wonder if they'll miss it. I guess not.
Either way. Okay. Now we should be able to read that thing, right? Let's head back into the church and see what we can find out. I like that wind effect, though. It's a nice touch. I like it. Okay, so let's do this, shall we? Magnifying glass, yes.
I can see the small writing through the magnifying glass. It reads Sue. That's it.
Interesting. Interesting, yes. Now that we've figured that out, okay, I'm definitely glad to finally get back to this project. I hated kind of just leaving it undone, so it's good to finally be continuing this. Since I think, what, it was like a year? Over 2 years, I think, something like that. About 2 years since I last updated this, so... Although this project didn't seem to be very popular at all, but still. I don't want to leave it unfinished, you know? It's not cool, man. Not cool. Can we talk to you guys now? You wouldn't answer us before.
Hello?
Maybe not.
Sue.
That's it.
Yes, that's it.
Thank you very much.
No, not at all. Maybe you can help me in exchange.
Okay, what's the problem?
Have you heard about the explosion a few years back?
What?
The explosion! Broken glass all around, me in the middle.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
boom, and everything was broken. Luckily, I was able to save myself by diving out of the way like a cat.
Well, that's really exciting.
Yeah, it was, kind of. Can you tell me where I can find a museum that houses objects from the age of the Templars?
Let me think. How about the Museum Natres near the Montfaucon?
Thanks, you've been a great help.
Uh-huh. Alrighty then, well. Let's go check it out then, shall we? See what's going down. How's it going? Check this place out.
There are two cashiers staring at a TV set. There are two cashiers.
Yeah.
I don't have any money left. I'll have to sneak in.
Of course.
Hey, you! You haven't paid.
So?
No one gets in for free. Come here and pay.
Ah. I don't have no monies.
That's not a good idea.
Oh, okay. That's not gonna do anything. George never has any money, you notice that?
Can you tell me something about...
Be quiet out there.
Come back later.
But I can't go in without a ticket.
That's not our problem. We're watching the match.
The match?
I don't have any money left. I'll have to sneak in.
So how are we gonna do that? How are we gonna sneak into this place, Oh, okay. That was surprisingly easy. Watchman.
Wow, that guy's muscular. Luckily Nico isn't around, so I won't have to worry. You won't just let me in there, will you?
I can't. There's restoration work going on in there. The exhibits will be available in about 2 months.
2 months?
Nice weather. Perfect for playing football. Outside.
I can't take it any longer, sir. Could you stop talking about football, please?
I can't wait for 2 months. Can't you make a little exception? I need some information I can probably get in this room.
I'm sorry, sir, but I can't let you go in there.
Damn you.
Have you ever heard of the Templars?
You mean the Knights Templar? Yes, there are some artifacts just behind this door.
Do you know what it is?
No, monsieur. I'm not really interested in those things. My fields are football and, well, my wife.
I hear that Museum Kroon is completely closed for restoration.
That's true. The city is investing a lot of money in the restoration of the local museums. You're lucky the museum hasn't been closed as well.
Have you seen a good-looking black-haired woman?
Evans, no, I'm happily married. Well, most of the time.
She's my girlfriend. I'm looking for her.
Sorry, I haven't seen her.
Aren't you interested in the match? Your colleagues in the ticket booth are watching the match between France and Germany. Don't you want to see that match?
You're right, of course. I'd love to see the match, but I'm not allowed to leave my post here. That's why I'd be much obliged. If you could stop talking about it, it makes me sad.
Your colleagues are watching the game in the ticket booth, and you're here. Don't you think it's a little unfair that you have to work?
Well, what can I say? I tried to take the day off, but my colleagues were faster than me.
That Poor guy. He just wants to watch some football.
I've tried it the nice and friendly way. Now it's time for a dastardly piece of cunning.
Oh boy. What are you gonna do, George? What are you gonna do?
Oh my god, a penalty for the French team! What a brutal foul on Zidane!
I must see that game. Could you take over my post for a minute while I go and watch the penalty?
Sure, pleasure.
Thank you so much, sir. Don't let anyone in. I'll be back in a minute.
Well, that wasn't too hard, well. Huh.
To my disappointment, I realized that it's not the latest issue of FHM. It's some kind of science magazine. Main subject, bone findings in Israel. Sounds interesting. It's not an FHM, but you must always educate yourself with new things.
Well, yeah.
This says that the parchment is one of the last documents written by Jacques de Molay. Shortly before he was burnt at the stake, he's said to have told one of his servant boys, Geoffrey de Charnay, the secret of a lost seal that was said to be more powerful than 1,000 gods. Wow, 1,000 gods, huh? Not just one, but 1,000. It says Molay instructed Charnay to look for the seal, but before he could find it, he met the same fate as his master. Charnay was burnt alive by the French Inquisition. Although managed to hide the parchment from his enemies, the seal has remained lost to this day. The only trace that the parchment gives leads to is Portugal Tomar, a provincial small town northeast of Lisbon. The Templars' last European stronghold in the 14th century. When Tomar fell and the order was destroyed, the seal disappeared in the confusion of the war. But it is assumed that the seal is still hidden somewhere in the area. The sandy and rocky hills of Tomar are an attractive destination for archaeologists, tourists, and adventurous treasure seekers. That must be it. Tomar!
Must be.
Nothing. It's alright. Stobart, you are fantastic. First, you got rid of the Watchmen, and now you even know your next destination. Portugal. This says that the parchment is...
Yeah, okay.
It's some kind of science magazine. Main subject...
Alright. So we gotta go to Portugal now, apparently. So that's fun. That ought to be a trip. So you can go ahead and get back to your post now if you want. Or don't, you know.
Stop bothering us. We're busy.
Yeah, you're totally busy. Okay, that's great. Airport. So to Portugal then, right?